Alright, here's where the missing treasure, or the treasure that I missed is. It's the very base of these steps. I, very clearly missed it after, during my first playthrough. It's the silver Tyrona pendant. It's the only one I'm missing. And then that would, right now, that's 55. I went ahead and collected this because I needed to right before I started Chapter 18. As I said, before, I'm going to add this into the wrap-up video. But anyway, so there it is. Sorry about missing it. I'll try to do better in the future. So, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? chuckfinleLP, let's play Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Part 23. Here we are in the wrap-up video, and as I've explained before, if you're unfamiliar with it, I'll explain it again. The wrap-up video is where I show off anything that that wouldn't fit into the regular Let's Play style format. Here are bonuses like gallery, treasures, medals, the trophies, and any side things like side missions, just different things like that. Anything that would take away from the overall Let's Play itself. Usually gets reserved for this portion of the wrap-up video. First, what I'm going to tackle first is I'm going to show off the bonuses, and then I will talk about the cheat codes, or not cheat codes, but the cheats that you can get and how you can get them, and then I will go on and talk about information about the game. So we'll go ahead and start with the gallery. I'm not. You can see this. You can watch the cutscenes from the game if you want to, and then the bonus featurettes, which is the making of Uncharted Parts 1 and 2, the dogs of Naughty Dog, the facial animation and full body animation, and environments, and then making the cutscenes, which shows 2 different camera angles, typically of 2 different people, and then you can see the base. If you can see on the bottom left corner there, that's the base information that they're taking from the motion capture suits, and then you can see the finished product. I'm not going to be looking at any of these or showing them off because I feel that if I don't leave some, if I show everything, then people who watch my Let's Play or who watch Let's Plays don't have an incentive to buy the game themselves, and that hurts game developers, and that hurts the Let's Play community because it makes developers not want to allow us to do Let's Play. So I'm just going to show, or I guess I was looking through some of these just to kind of get an idea of what they were. But all of this is going to be is concept art from different portions, different things. I'm not going to show them all off. I'm just going to show 1 or 2 things, just to kind of give you an idea of what they are. And you see, just all of this is just concept art right now, and you'll see different pictures and portraits of the different characters. You see it kind of looks different. Actually, both those characters look very different. That's supposed to be Elena and Drake, but you can see there are quite a few of them, and you get them by, I believe, getting the treasures. If you get all 60 treasures, you should get all this, and this is just images from Naughty Dog, people in the work areas and all that. Like I said, I'm not going to show any of that off. If you want to see them, either watch someone else's Let's Play or buy the game, get all the treasures, then you can see them yourself, which would be the best option. But and you can see the treasures that I've gained. I'm not going to look through them again. We've already seen them. The treasures, and this is actually will help me. If you can see, I've earned 440 points of 1,000 medal points that you can get. What those medal points do is that it allows you to buy. We'll look through here. These are all the trophies you can get. And you can see the different difficulties will gain you more points. But what this is for is to allow you to buy guns and unlimited ammo through gameplay. If you have enough of these medals or medal points, you can buy everything. And we'll go to chapter, select all. This one should be okay. So Sure, we'll just try to get to this quickly, but you need a total of 8,549 or 39, I'm not 100% sure, points to obtain everything, because there are different amounts for different things, and we'll go ahead and, I'm sure I can skip that. I guess they won't, well, okay, so there's not a cutscene here.
Oh, hold on.
Well, let me see, bonuses, there we go. Treasures, rewards. Okay, so you can get costumes. Wonder why. Oh, maybe it's because I'm in a cutscene. Maybe they won't let me,
Hold on, kid. I'm not as young
maybe
as
they
I
won't
used
let
to
me
be.
use it right now since I'm technically in the middle of a cutscene.
Yeah, you weren't too old for that.
Let me see. Okay, so some more things have been unlocked, so we'll... So, like I said, costumes for the heroes. I guess I don't have enough to unlock any of this, but enough points right now. You can see what you do. You get the wetsuit, Victor Sullivan, Cartoon Drake, Elena Fisher, Donut Drake, baseball shirt. Once you've unlocked enough stuff, Mercenary, Eddie, Roman, Navarro. And this is the best thing that you would want. I don't know why that's turned on, because I guess maybe because I'm holding it, but I'm not using any cheats right now. But what you can see is you need a certain amount of points to unlock these weapons. I don't have enough, but you can see you can buy any weapon in the game right now as long as you have enough points. You can see like the Eddie's golden gun 900, the grenade launcher is 900, the sniper rifle is 900, and this will actually help you. All of these guns that you can buy off of here count towards the weapons, the weapon kill. So if you're missing any of these, if you have enough points, you can just buy them, and in a good spot to sit there and farm kills, you can just sit there and keep farming kills over and over, and it's a great way to sit there and get kills. And let's see. I guess you can change the background if you want to. Huh. That actually looks kind of...
That little barmaid in Lima, were you?
Okay, well, you get the idea of what that is. We won't leave that on right now. And then you can look at the concept art. I guess this tells you in what order you gain everything. And so that mirrors the game. The fast motion, I guess it makes you run faster or just do things faster. Flips left, okay, so I guess that's to increase the difficulty. And these are more concept art, yeah, so that's what that is in the slow motion, super slow motion, and infinite ammo. One-shot kills. I think I already have all that. Yeah, okay, so I should have all that. I don't know why it's blacked out like that. No, it doesn't matter anyway. But you know, the biggest thing is you'd want is infinite ammo. That would definitely help you out. The one-shot kills, that would help you out as well. But the infinite ammo, definitely. And then if you buy the guns, that will also help you out. But I hate to sit here and take the time to, but I'll show off the slow motion real quick. That's probably gonna do what I.
Although I must admit, equally strenuous.
Yeah, let me see it. Make sure we can get away from this.
Well, hang in there, old timer. We're just
It looks
about
like
there.
he is moving slower. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So then we'll turn that off. We'll go to the fast motion. Wow, that's actually pretty good. That actually helps out quite a bit. But we'll turn that off, and we'll. That's all of the everything like that. All of the bonuses and things that you can unlock through points. What I'm going to do now is I will sit here and talk about the information for the game. And well, you'll see what it's supposed to be. So we'll go ahead and start. Uncharted Drake's Fortune is an action-adventure game developed by Naughty Dog and published by Sony Computer Entertainment exclusively for the PlayStation 3, combining platforming and third-person shooter elements. The game charts the journey of protagonist Nathan Drake, supposed descendant of the explorer Francis Drake, as he seeks the lost treasure of El Dorado with the help of journalist Elena Fisher and friend and mentor Victor Sullivan. Originally announced at E3 2006, the title was developed for about 2 years before being released at the end of 2007. Seen as a key title for the PlayStation 3 during the holiday season of 2007, the game was well received by critics, many of whom cited its technical achievements and its high production value similar to that of summer blockbuster films. The game went on to sell more than 1 million copies in 10 weeks and was republished as a SCEE Platinum version on August 1st, 2008, about 9 months post-release, and as a U.S. Greatest Hits on August 17th, 2009, just over 1 year and 9 months post-release. On October 13th, 2009, a sequel to the game was released. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, a second sequel was released in November 2011, entitled Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. The gameplay in Uncharted is a combination of three-dimensional platforming and third-person shooter gameplay elements. Platforming elements allow Drake to jump, swim, grab, and move along ledges, climb and swing up from ropes, and perform other acrobatic actions that allow players to traverse along the ruins in the various areas of the island that Drake explores. The game also features reward points which can be gained by collecting 60 hidden treasures in the game that glimmer momentarily, and by completing certain accomplishments such as achieving a number of kills using a specific weapon, performing a number of headshots, or using specific methods of killing enemies. In subsequent playthroughs of the game, the player can use these rewards points to unlock special options. These include in-game bonuses such as alternate costumes and unlimited ammunition, but also non-game extras such as making of videos and concept art. Regardless of which regional version is purchased, the game is censored when playing on a Japanese console to remove blood, which normally appears when shooting enemies. And we'll skip the plot since you already know that. Development. After completing Jak 3, Naughty Dog assembled their most technically talented staff members and began development of Uncharted Drake's Fortune under the code name Big. It was in full production for about 2 years, with a small team of engineers working on the game for about a year beforehand. Naughty Dog decided to create a brand new IP rather than opt to develop a PlayStation 3 Jak and Daxter game. They wanted to create a franchise suitable for the new hardware. In order to develop such ideas as realistic human characters instead of stylized ones, owing to their limitations of previous hardware, as well as create something fresh and interesting. Although termed as stylized realism, inspiration was drawn from various sources in action and adventure genres, pulp magazines, movie serials, and more contemporary titles like Indiana Jones and The National Treasure. The team felt the sources shared themes of mystery and what-if scenarios that romanticized adventure and aimed to include those in Uncharted. The game was first unveiled at E3 2006. From early previews of the game and inevitable comparisons of elements such as platforming and shooting between Uncharted and the well-known Tomb Raider series were drawn, earning the title the nickname of Dude Raider. However, the developers saw their game as concentrating more on third-person cover-based play in contrast to Tomb Raider's auto-aiming play and greater puzzle-solving elements. Throughout the game's development, the staff tried to remain flexible and detached from the original design concepts. Attention was focused on the features that worked well, while features that did not work were removed. The development team intended the game's main setting, the island, to play a big role in the overall experience. Feeling too many games used bleak, dark settings with monochromatic color schemes, they wanted the island to be a vibrant, believable game world that immersed the player and encouraged exploration. In designing the characters, the artists aimed for a style that was photorealistic. The characters They thought the main protagonist Nathan Drake. They saw the main protagonist Nathan Drake as more of an everyman character than Lara Croft, shown as clearly under stress in the game's many firefights with no special training and constantly living at the edge of his abilities. Director Amy Hennig felt a heavily armored, tough-as-nails protagonist with a large weapon was not a suitable hero, and decided a tenacious and resourceful character would portray more human qualities. Supporting characters Elena Fisher and Victor Sullivan were included to avoid a dry and emotionless story. Fisher's character underwent changes during development. In early trailers of the game, the character had dark brown hair, but ultimately the character changed to blonde and the style was altered. The game went gold in the middle of October 2007. A demo had been released on November 8th, 2007 on the PlayStation Network before its final release on November 19th in North America. The demo was first placed on the North American store and was initially region locked, such as that it would only play on the North American PlayStation 3. However, this was later confirmed as a mistake, as the developers were apparently unaware that people from different regions could sign up for a North American account and download the game. A region-free demo was released soon after. Uncharted uses the Cell microprocessor to generate dozens of layered character animations to portray realistic expressions and fluid movements, which allow for responsive player control. The PlayStation 3's graphics processing unit employed several functions to provide graphical details that helped immerse the player into the game world. Lighting models, pixel shaders, dynamic real-time shadowing, and advanced water simulation. The new hardware allowed for processes which the team had never used in PlayStation 2 game development, and it required them to quickly familiarize with the new techniques. For example, parallel processing and pixel shaders. While the Blu-ray technology afforded greater storage space, the team became concerned with running out of room several times. Uncharted used more and bigger textures than previous games and included several languages on the disc. Gameplay elements requiring motion sensing, such as throwing grenades and walking across beams, were implemented to take advantage of the 6-axis controller, a new PlayStation 3 controller. The DualShock 3 was unveiled at the 2007 Tokyo Game Show and featured force feedback vibration. Uncharted was also on display at the show with demonstrations that implemented limited vibration compatibility. Being Naughty Dog's first PlayStation 3 game, the project required the company to familiarize themselves with the new hardware and resulted in several development mistakes. The switch from developing for the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3 prompted the staff to implement changes to their development technology. Naughty Dog switched to the industry standard language C++ in order to participate in technology sharing among Sony's first-party developers. The company had previously used their own proprietary programming language, Goal, a Lisp-based language, in rewriting their game code. They decided to create new programming tools as well. The switch, however, delayed the team's progress in developing a prototype, as the new tools proved to be unreliable and too difficult to use. 10 months into full production, the team decided to recreate the game's pipeline, the chain of processing elements designed to progress data through a system. In retrospect, Naughty Dog's co-president Evan Wells considered this the greatest improvement to the project. Additionally, the animation blending system was rewritten several times to obtain the desired character animations. This game was patched on August 4, 2008 in Europe and North America to version 1.01 to include support for the PlayStation 3's trophy system. There are 47 trophies in the game that match the medals that can already be won in the game, and one further trophy, the Platinum Trophy, awarded when all other trophies had been collected. Uncharted was the first PlayStation 3 game to include the Platinum Trophy type. Similar to other PlayStation 3 titles that receive trophy support via downloaded patches, players must start a new save game to be awarded trophies, regardless of how many medals they received in previous playthroughs. This was enforced because the developers wanted to avoid the sharing of save data in order to gain trophies they did not earn. The patch was described as incredibly easy to implement, owing to the game already containing preliminary support for trophies via its medal system. It was also stated that these hooks were already included due to Naughty Dog's belief that Sony would roll out the trophy system before the game's launch in over 2007. Despite mentioning that the game was developed as a franchise and that it lent itself to episodic content, it was later stated that no content available via download would be made for Uncharted. However, that the game will integrate with PlayStation Home, and the developers will support Home with additional content. Nearly all the trophies are achievable in a single playthrough. You'll be able to get up to 48 trophies in Uncharted. There are 47 related to what you do in the game, finding treasures hand-to-hand or gun combat and the like, and the last one is the Platinum Trophy for getting all the trophies. For the PlayStation Home area for Uncharted, Naughty Dog has released an Uncharted space for the PlayStation 3's online community-based service, PlayStation Home. This space is Sully's bar from the game. In this space, users can play an arcade mini-game called Mercenary Madness. There are also 3 other rooms in the space: Artifact Room, Archives, and Smuggler's Den. There is an Artifact Viewer in the Archives Room and the Smuggler's Den room. Also in the Archives Room, there is this video screen that previews Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. The Artifact Room only features seating and different artifacts to look at. This space is currently only available to the users of the North American version of PlayStation Home and was released on December 11th, 2008. For the reception of the game, Uncharted Drake's Fortune was well received by game critics. Prior to its release, it was expected to be a commercial success and garnered praise from the media. Game Informer complimented the visuals and dialogue between the characters Drake and Fisher, calling them stunning and entertaining, respectively. They further added that the production values appeared high, citing the level of detail and musical score. PlayStation Magazine echoed similar statements about the visuals and compared them to that of Crysis. The overall presentation of the game received unanimous praise from critics who recognized the game's high production values, describing them as top-notch, incredible, or comparing them to those found in Hollywood. When combined with the overall style of the game, this led many reviewers to compare Uncharted to summer blockbuster films, with the action and theme of the game drawing comparisons to the Indiana Jones film series. As part of the presentation, the game's story and atmosphere were also received well. The depth of the characters was praised, each having their own tone. The voice acting was also received well, as the cast nails its characterizations. Overall, the voice acting was described as a big star performance, superb and stellar. The technical achievements in creating this presentation were also approved. The graphics and visuals were a big part of this, including appreciation of the lush jungle environments with lighting effects greatly adding to them. The game's water effects were also appreciated overall. Many reviewers commented that at the time it was one of the best looking PlayStation 3 games available. Further to the graphical aspects, both facial animation and the animation of characters such as Nate's fluid animations as he performs platforming sections were noted, although the wilder animations of enemies reacting to being shot were overanimated to perhaps a laughable degree. Criticism of the game included some graphical issues such as texture popping and screen tearing, or more concern were gameplay issues, including overall gameplay length being rather short, with reviewers completing the game in anywhere from 6 to 10 hours, and some disappointment with the not particularly memorable vehicle sections. The inability to fire both weapons and drive the jet ski was a well-noted issue. Further, some frustrating repetitive slogs with regards to the constant stream of pirates and mercenaries and moving from one infuriating firefight to the next towards the end of the game were cited as part of poor elements of overall gameplay. Uncharted received several accolades from web review sites such as Kotaku and IGN, who named it their PlayStation 3 Game of the Year. The game went on to sell 1 million copies after its first 10 weeks of retail, and later became one of the first batch of titles to be released as part of Europe's budget platinum range of best-selling titles. Sony announced at E3 2009 that Uncharted Drake's Fortune has sold over 2.6 million copies worldwide and was a hit for the PlayStation 3. It became one of the major exclusive franchises of the console, much like former Naughty Dog series with former hardwares by Sony. And for some trivia about the game, the E3 2006 trailer showed Nate using a melee weapon while dealing with 2 opponents at once, something which could not be performed in-game. However, fighting multiple enemies using contextual melee combat in the environment is a feature now present in Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception. The history of Uncharted Drake's Fortune is set in 2006. A CGI promotional advert was made for showing extra footage not seen in the game. Nathan and Elena's interrupted kiss is similar to Jack and Kira's interrupted kiss in the first 2 Jak and Daxter games, which were also made by Naughty Dog. Both Nate and Elena wear wetsuits made by the fictional company Otzel. This is a reference to the character Daxter, who is transformed into a hybrid otter weasel creature from the Jak and Daxter series of games. This is the only Uncharted game to feature a minor number of characters in the series. Well, that's all of the information and everything that I wanted to show off. I thank you for watching. Next time I will be doing Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. So until then, later everyone.